One quiet morning, two squad cars pulled up in front of our house, lights flashing like they were raiding a drug den. And there was our HOA president, Lorraine Barstow, waving a manila envelope like she'd just cracked a big case. Inside, my wife Carolyn? She was at the kitchen table, calmly sipping her tea. I muttered, "You've got to be kidding me." A knock at the door, firm, official. Two officers stood there looking confused. "Sir, we received a report that your wife has been making threats and refusing to comply with community regulations," the younger one started. But then he looked past me and froze. "Wait, Your Honor?" Carolyn smiled, set her cup down, and said with perfect calm, "Yes, shall we begin?" Meanwhile, Lorraine was outside, still shouting, "She owes $3,500 in fines! I have proof!" We'd moved into this neighborhood for peace and quiet. I'm Evan, regular guy, grills in silence, reads the manual before assembling furniture. My wife Carolyn? She's a circuit court judge. She spends her days handling everything from petty theft to corporate fraud. HOA drama? To her, that was free morning entertainment. Lorraine Barstow, though, took her HOA role like it was the FBI. A former middle school vice principal with a ruler for measuring grass and laminated bylaws in her purse. When Carolyn planted wildflowers instead of the HOA-approved bluegrass, Lorraine saw red. First came the bright orange violation notice taped to our door, then a certified letter complete with photos of our yard, red circles around the offending plants, and a $3,500 fine. Carolyn's response? A 12-page legal rebuttal citing state conservation laws, federal environmental protections, and research on pollinator gardens. She even dropped a footnote questioning whether Lorraine could tell Kentucky bluegrass from crabgrass. Lorraine escalated. She called an emergency HOA meeting without quorum, sent mass emails accusing us of harboring dangerous pollinators, and even called the city. The inspector showed up, admired Carolyn's butterfly bushes, and left, shaking his head. Finally, she called the police, leading to the squad cars at our door. Inside, Carolyn handed the officers her judicial ID. "Gentlemen, what we have here is harassment and abuse of emergency services. I'll also need the complaint number for documentation." Lorraine's face turned pale. Carolyn smiled that courtroom smile, the one lawyers dread. "You'll understand soon enough, in court." A month later came the mediation. The retired judge looked at the stack of evidence and sighed, "This is ridiculous." Carolyn laid it all out, photos of her wildflower garden beside pictures of Lorraine's yard, featuring 6 plastic flamingos in clear violation of the same bylaws. Then came the bombshell. Lorraine had been misusing HOA fine money for neighborhood dinners, all catered by her niece's restaurant at inflated prices. The sanctions dropped hard. Our $3,500 fine? Voided. All of Lorraine's fines from the past year under review. She had to issue Carolyn a formal written apology and attend 40 hours of HOA governance training. Worst of all, it all went on public record. 2 weeks later, the HOA board voted her out unanimously. Even her allies bailed. Lorraine was stripped of her presidency and reassigned to the Pet Waste Committee. No budget, no power, no meetings. Now she sits in her garage once a month, surrounded by plastic flamingos, writing memos about dog waste that nobody reads. And us? Carolyn drinks her tea, I grill in peace, and our wildflowers? They're blooming better than ever.